How can we prepare ourselves for the future? I catch myself a lot of times lately saying to everyone here, my team and my family, look, things are going to get worse before they get better. We're going to see these numbers stack up. We know they're coming. And I say again to people, and that's going to be scary because the news media is going to, the numbers are doubling, the numbers are up. We know they're going to double. How are you telling people to prepare for the next, say, 4 weeks when I think it's pretty safe to say the numbers are going to get worse before they get better?
Okay, I'm going to give you a paradox here,
Okay.
which is the best way to prepare for the next 4 weeks is to prepare for today. So again, if we try to look 4 weeks out, and if we're honest with ourselves, nobody in the world knows what 4 weeks from today is going to look like. Nobody can project into the future that far. We could do that a month ago, before or last year before the pandemic hit. We could generally predict, what the markets are going to look like, what the labor force is, all that stuff. We were doing a good job of that. But now this, something's a wrench has been thrown in the system. So the more we try to prepare for 4 weeks out, the more we're actually just going to, I think your term was, freak ourselves out. So that's not going to help us prepare for 4 weeks. It's not going to help us prepare for 2 weeks or even a week from today. So what the best thing that I would recommend is for people to say, okay, what accurate information do I have where that's actually actionable? And if I don't have it for 4 weeks out, dial it back to 2 weeks. Do I have actionable stuff for 2 weeks? If I don't, dial it back to a week. If I don't have it for a week, that's okay. I'll figure it out next week. Dial it back to today and figure out what can I do today that's going to help me stay physically and mentally healthy. What can I do today that's going to help flatten the curve, that's going to keep everybody else physically healthy? And start there. And even if today seems tough, start with half a day or an hour or a minute or just a moment, right? In this moment, I can check in. Do I need food or water? Sometimes we're not even paying attention to our physiologic needs, which then makes it harder for us to mentally take care of ourselves. At any one moment, if somebody pays attention, they can tell if they need food or drink or they need to take rest or whatever. They can start there, and that helps them be able to plan for the next moment and the next hour and then the rest of the day.
And we mentioned kindness earlier. I mean, what are some acts of kindness people can do right now? Because obviously we're not in touch with each other. You can't bring someone cookies per se. You can't hug them. Like, what are you seeing people do, or what are you recommending people to get that kindness in them?
I'm seeing so many acts of kindness on a personal level. We could spend an entire episode talking about the beauty of that. But I'm seeing therapists donating their time to help people who don't have access to a mental health worker. I'm even doing some of that myself. I'm doing a live YouTube thing once a week for anybody that has questions, about this. So I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing people help their neighbors out so that, if they have to go to the grocery store, they're asking their neighbors, do you need anything from the grocery store? So they can prevent, more people going out, and then they'll leave groceries on their neighbor's doorstep. So simple acts of kindness physically. And honestly, one of the biggest acts of kindness we can do for each other right now is to maintain our social distancing. Because just imagine, if you found out later that if somebody found out later that they were carrying the coronavirus asymptomatically and they spread it to somebody that was elderly and that person died, I couldn't live with myself. So one of the biggest acts of kindness that we can do for each other collectively right now is to maintain that social distancing and, let go of some of the things that we love to do, like going out and, hang out with people and this and that. My wife started doing happy hour with her friends on Zoom as a way to be kind to the world by not going and interacting personally, but she could still get that social interaction in. So if people go on social media, please see if you go on social media because you're anxious or afraid or angry. Don't go on social media. That's an act of kindness because you're likely to either catch more social contagion or spread it by getting reactive to somebody's social media post and then getting in a fight on Twitter in front of the whole world, right? Not helpful. And so there's an act of kindness to just practice restraint there.